All right, so what we're going to be talking about today is hip mobility within the movement. Okay, I've learned some things in the past. The only way to correct a lot of hip tightness is to change the actual movement. Well, this subject, Evan has a lot of hip mobility issues. So what we did, we put him in a compromised position, told him to push his hips forward, and now he's going to step up onto 45-pound plates. Now, generally, we want to be higher, but he has some hip mobility problems and some valgus issues. So we want to kind of accentuate that through this movement, all right? Because this is the kind of movement that he's going to be in when he is playing basketball. So we get him in this position. We raise his center of gravity with the overhead position. And now we're going to do a lateral, this is called a double kneeling lateral step up, okay? So what we're really looking for is for him to sweep that left leg up and through, and then 90-degree angle in his foot and his knee. His knee ought to be over his ankle or over his foot in general. And what you're going to see here is if you do have issues in the hip, is that hip to swing inward, that needed swing inward as he's going through. Or what will happen is this back foot, his right foot, will end up swinging out. So, and I'll show you on the next one as the next side as we go through. He's good on his left here. He's keeping his knee over. And you can see how difficult it is for him just with a 10-pound plate. And he's going to step through. Now that one was a good one. So he's going to step to the other side. And then all of a sudden we're going to do it on that side. Now, that's the first thing you see. You see his hip. His hip is going to drop back towards that wall right there. And you're going to see that toe, his left foot, externally rotate out like so. And you'll even see when he gets to that position, it's very difficult for him to maintain that tight position. And you'll even see this knee collapse inward. Okay, so the question becomes, how do we correct this? So we get him in this position isometrically. That's the easiest way to do it. You get him isometrically and you tell him just to sweep that leg and put it in that position. Now what we're going to do is probably put a 45-pound plate right here, right behind that ankle, and pin that ankle in. And then we're going to get him just a step right there. Okay? So the first time he does it, he might just be able to step in 45 degrees. But we're going to continue to work on that. And we'll remove these 45-pound plates under his right foot and put them just on the ground, which ought to increase a little bit of mobility for his hips. So those are some things that we look for in the double kneeling lateral step up, but it's a really good addition to your program when you have athletes that get put in this position on a regular basis, which I don't know very many athletes in different sports that don't get put into these lateral positions.